Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day here at Fort Wilderness in Orlando, Florida. Such a great day that we decided that we would give our very first official van tour. Now, it's not completely finished. Got a few tweaks left to go on it, but it's good enough that we can show you guys because we're excited to do that. Let's take a look inside.
Greetings from the Hangin with Herky crew. I'm Nancy, Ed's got the camera, and this is the star of the show right here, standing on my kitchen cabinet. So come on in, we're gonna give you a little bit of a tour. Okay, we'll start with the kitchen because it's my favorite part. I said to Ed yesterday, because this is like our very first trip. Ed, if you followed us any length of time, you know we used to travel in an Astro van and the Runaway trailer. And the Runaway is here. Anyway, I said to Ed, when I was a girl, my dad made me 2 playhouses, and Ed has made me number 3. This feels like a playhouse to me. So anyway, this is my kitchen, and this swivels around, and we'll go outside where we can wash Herky's feet if we need to, or ours. This, of course, sits down in here when we travel. And so we have all of our storage under here. And then Ed, this is like a fake drawer, but Ed fixed this so we can keep our toothbrushes here right by the sink, which I thought was genius. We had friends of ours who do leather work make us these straps because we wanted something that would not catch on our clothes when we went past. So we love those. And Ed will put a link to their leather shop in here. On the drawers, my husband is just a genius. Wait till you see all the genius things he's done in this van. Anyway, so the drawers stay closed. He has these little doodads here that spring. Open it, and then it locks it. You don't have to think about doing it. I love it. So the bed, and I know you guys are going, how on earth does she get up in there? Well, I'll show you that in a minute. But this is a real live mattress. It has springs and it is comfortable. I said, Ed, we need to order us a bed like this for the house because we have been sleeping so good in here. It's incredible. Anyway, it's a queen, and I think it's an RV queen, so it's short enough to fit in here. Got our spice rack, and then our dishes and my tea stuff is up in here. These are my clothes. This opening here, Ed we're not totally finished. It's at like 97%. But anyway, we're gonna have shelves in here and Ed's clothes go here. And this is a pass-through to the garage. And right here we have dirty clothes and shoes. Now, another genius of my husband. This is how I get up in the bed. This stores like our small appliances and pots and pans, but what do you think? Come on, Herc. Come on, get up here. Come here. Herky, over here. And now he's not going to do it because I want him to. Come on, over. Come on. See that? Is he a smart dog or what? So we have a nice refrigerator, freezer with ice cream. Refrigerator, and when I first saw it, I thought, oh, it's so small, but you wouldn't believe what all fits in there. Microwave, and then I have our paper plates, our, these are not Kleenexes, these are our bags. Did one just fall out? Yep. These are our bags for the trash can in here. And paper towels. I store the bread in the microwave because I don't want it to smash. I hate smashed bread. Up here is our pantry. We have our food and stuff like that. We have a shade that comes down. Love that. Down here is our toilet. We just slide it out. Our first aid kit and our things that we need for the toilet. And this lifts up, and like our towels and a extra blanket, my collapsible bowls, stuff like that. I know you're tired of hearing this, but one more of my husband's genius is I have a clothesline. Isn't that amazing? So we can hang our towels up there, and by morning they are dry. So one more thing of my husband's genius is he put me a mirror up. Look at this. It's amazing. I can do my hair and I can make sure I'm presentable to go out and meet the world. And then there came with 4, so he put one small one back there on my side of the bed there at the end, so that if I need it, it's there. So anyway, I'm pretty happy with that.
The mirrors are acrylic, so they're not glass, so we don't have to worry for safety about them breaking or anything like that.
We're not sure what we're going to do with this area yet. Well, we're still thinking, but I don't know.
All right, look at Herky. This is his domain. He likes to sit up here and watch the world from his vantage point. So hey, let me show you some technical stuff about the van. If for those of you who aren't interested, you can pause right now, but yeah, let me show you. After we went back through and we're editing the video, we realized that we didn't show one of the main features here, is that there's a flip up here on this cabinet. So I took the leftover part of the countertop and I made this where you can flip it up and you have extra space. Now you could use it for, you know, food prep and that, but it's mainly just being able to sit in this seat right here, and you can you know, work on your computer and stuff like that. You know, the fortunate thing for Nancy and I is we do not work, so we don't have to worry about working for the road. I know a lot of people do that from working from the road. The only job we have is just making YouTube videos and enjoying that. So anyway, I wanted to cut in here really quick and show you this. As Nancy mentioned, I put seat swivels on the seats, and oops, I can't hold the camera and turn them at the same time, but these are Scopima seat swivels, and you know, in my research I was doing, they seem to be the best what everybody was using. They have a nice price tag on them, so be forewarned. But I'm glad we did it. We weren't going to do it, but it gives us so much room in the cab. The other modifications I made here is I got this a different handle on here. This, Nancy was having all kinds of trouble getting this door unlocked, and I found somebody is making these handles that are a little bit longer and gives you more leverage. So that was a modification that we made, and put a different handle on there. So Nancy mentioned in her tour that we have this is the control panel right here. So right now this will get covered up eventually with another plan I got for something else, and this is just able to take down, so we can get behind it to change any wires or anything like that. So we have the pump, we have the security cameras, and this switch here is the master switch for the gasoline heater, so you can turn it off. Here is the Victron smart battery monitor. I also have an app on my phone that is tied to this, and I can monitor the batteries from the app on my phone, and that's primarily where I check on the batteries at. This is the Victron charge controller that I have in the garage, and I'll show you later on. But right now we're plugged into shore power, so you can see I have the mains on, and it's in float. So the batteries have reached their max potential as far as charge goes. I can run this all the way up. I don't know if you can see that on the camera because it's LED, but I can run that all the way up to 30 amps if I need to. This is the controller for the remote control for the max air fans in the camper. We went ahead and decided, instead of putting a DC refrigerator in, we've just put this is just a regular AC Hisense refrigerator. I've noticed a lot of other people doing it. We have plenty of power in the van, so rather than spending the money on a DC air, we decided just to go ahead and put this in.
And it's not on the floor because I didn't want to bend over or get on my knees.
One of the things that we kept copious notes on our last van, our Astor van, is things we didn't like. And we knew when we built a different van that we wanted the refrigerator up off the floor, so we have to bend over and Nancy can reach everything perfectly. Same way with the microwave. The other thing that we wanted is to make sure is that we had enough power in the van to run everything that we possibly could need to run
at the same time.
At the same time. So
yes.
The van has 840 amp hours of lithium iron phosphate batteries, and we have enough power here to go several days without off-grid. People always ask, do you have solar? No, we don't have solar. We charge solely from the alternator. We have a 50 amp charge on the alternator, and that's been sufficient for us so far. We may add solar in the future, but we live in Indiana and we camp in the forest, and so without being in the sunshine, the solar is not very efficient. So so far we've not had to do it, so we're not putting it on there at this moment, but maybe in the future. At this moment we don't have air conditioning in the van, although I have one on order and it will be here soon. So we have 2 max air fans. We're installing a DC air conditioner that will run off the batteries, and our plan would be that we could we like to take naps in the afternoon. So if we're driving somewhere, we can just pull over in a parking lot, turn on the air and take a nap. So all right, I'm gonna go to the back door and show you some stuff back there.
Okay, so above the bed, Ed put me a little shelf because, you know, in the Runaway I had the shelves above the windows and my knickknacks. So I started my collection of knickknacks for this van. I left everything else in the Runaway because we are keeping that, and he will go out. And so yeah, and then along the edge, you know, I have to have my stuff by me. So along the edge, I have the movies for the TV, I have a trash can, and just my book bag and all kinds of stuff that I need, right? And then he put me a net there by my door so I could have my Eeyore. He's my favorite. Ed has a net here with the control remotes and his medicine. He hangs the keys here because
show him how the lights work.
Yeah, we have a remote for the lights. And so, and then number C, or letter C, number C, is the outside lights.
Yeah, let me show you that right now. So turn on number C.
Letter C.
Letter C. So the van has lights all the way around. And security cameras. And security cameras. So you can turn on those lights laying here in the bed and it lights up all around. TV's here. And look, another thing that's just genius that Ed did is our DVD player and our clock is right above. He made that little bracket for that. And then under here you see I have to have my babies. So there's the fam, and we can lay in bed and look at them when we're away from them. So as you can see, we have security cameras all the way around the van. Stay here. And you can lay here in bed if you want. We can watch the security cameras, so if like we're at Cracker Barrel or something like that, we can just flip that on and we can see outside. And then we have a DVD player, as Nancy mentioned. We can also, right now we've got a cable kind of running in from the outside because we're at Disney and we're hooked into the Disney network, and we're watching stuff on Disney. So yeah, I like the remote control. That works out pretty good. And we have fans on remote. We have everything on remote, so we can pretty much do everything from bed. One of the things that I would point out is right now we have foam covering our windows because of the sunshine here in Indiana, but we do have windows over the bed. Probably if we built another van, we would probably not do that. No windows. We did not put the windows in. Right. It came with windows and the ceiling fans. Yeah, I forgot to explain that. I'll explain that in a minute. So we do have bump outs on each side so that we can sleep crosswise in here with no problem. This cabinet, this actual shelf that I built actually recesses into the side of the van too. So it gives Nancy a little bit more space. So yeah, that's the inside here. Let me move some stuff on underneath the bed and I'll show you. Okay, I'm back. It never fails. Every time you try to do one of these videos at your campsite, somebody's going to come and with one of those stupid leaf blower things. I realize they have to clean these campsites, that's okay, but it seems like every time we try this, somebody has a weed eater or a leaf blower. So, all right, so I've taken some stuff out of the underneath side, what we call the garage in this area. So let me show you this. So I know that a lot of people are asking, why is your bed so high? Well, we are trying to get the maximum amount of space out of our van. So we start at the top and we get to where we can sit up in bed and be comfortable as far as the clearance to the ceiling, because if we have too much there, then you just wasted space down below. So our goal would be down here would be, we have 2 e-scooters that actually go in here. We didn't bring them with us this weekend, but we have 2 e-scooters that actually go in here and do that with us. Our plan is to use the rafters of this bed for storage up here. We're going to build some shelves up there for small storage. But let me talk about the electrical a little bit, because I know some people will be interested in that. Let me scoot up in here. So we have a Victron, the whole system's Victron. So we have a Victron Multi Plus 2 inverter. So that is 12 volts, 3,000 watts, 120 amps. So that converts the DC power to AC. It also has a built-in charge controller in it. So when we're plugged in, we can charge our batteries being charged in. Up here, this little box right here is the DC to DC charge controller. So that takes the voltage from the alternator on the van, and it charges our batteries at 50 amps. So I have a cable running all the way from the alternator by the battery to there. We have a fuse, a 400 amp fuse, and then the master shutoff for that. We have a Lynx distributor that's also from Victron and shunt. So all this is ran in the proper wire sizes. I have 4/0 wire. This system is kind of copied, or actually designed and bought from Van Life Outfitters. So I want to make sure they had everything fused correctly and the proper wire sizes on that. So I bought this from Van Life Outfitters, but the actual hooking up and construction of the whole system I did myself. Right here we have 3 240 amp hour lithium batteries. These came from Lifetime. I thought they were a good battery for the price. So I got a smoking deal on these things on Black Friday, and I went ahead and bought them. As mentioned on the YouTube channel, Will Prowse, his solar, I took his recommendation. They have low temperature cutoff and everything, so I'm pretty happy with them. We have 840 amp hours of battery, so it's pretty good. These cables here go back up to the controllers that you've seen inside. I can control all this from the app on the phone, or from the controller on the control panel. So that's it. Here is the circuit breakers. So here it's the DC and here's the AC. So I've got a 50 amp breaker coming in from the outside, and then we have 3 20 amp circuits inside the van. That's all ran in number 12 wire, so handle 20 amps a piece. So it's pretty good. This is all our branch circuits for the van itself. The controller up here is the remote system that Nancy showed you, that you can turn off the lights on that, and I bought this on Amazon and hooked it up so I can have the remote control for the lights. This is the breaker for the 30 amps coming into the van itself. So it also has an indicator there telling me if the power is wrong at the pole, if the polarity is reversed or whatever it stops at. I have an AC plug right now. I have the refrigerator, we have a spare freezer with us right now. I have that plugged in, and an extension cord. Eventually that's going to be gone, and I'll have another plug. I failed to put a plug in for the television. I don't know what I was thinking. So soon I will have a plug in for the television, and that'll all be taken care of. For right now, what I have going for the water system is we have two just jerry can jugs and a water pump. I may eventually put a water tank in here. It wasn't my plan originally, but after we've been on this trip, I've kind of been reconsidering this. So it would be no big deal if I had to, but I'm considering putting a water tank in here, and then I'm currently using this for the waste from the sink. So we didn't want the jugs under the sink because we wanted to be able to have that space available. Right now this is the waste jug from the sink. I may put a waste tank, a gray water tank, under the van. Not quite sure about that yet. We're just gonna we don't want to spend money that we don't have to spend. So currently I'm bringing a generator with me because we're headed to the Runaway Rally, but I don't think this will probably be its last trip. It'll probably never, we'll probably never take it again. So anyway, that's what it looks like in the garage here. So I would say that if you have a lot of questions about the electrical system, it's best to just contact Van Life Outfitters and take a look at their website. They can answer a lot of the questions better than I, although I do have a background in this type of work, so it made it a little easier for me. Eventually we'll have a DC air conditioner, as I mentioned, and that will hook, that's what this slot here is open for, is the DC air conditioner will run through there. So hopefully by our next trip we'll have this organized better. So this is the where the 30 amp plugs in. I just drilled a hole in the side of the van and put this this cable in here. That something also came from Van Life Outfitters. All the electrical came from Van Life Outfitters. I wanted to make sure I got tested quality stuff. Right now, as I mentioned, we got a cable running through so we can pick up the Disney channels. This is the exhaust pipe for the heater, for the Velet gasoline heater. So this has a exchanger on it. So everything, the combustion air and the exhaust is outside, so there's no concerns about carbon monoxide, although we do have a carbon monoxide detector. So in closing, let me say this is a 2023 Ram Promaster. It is the high top. It's a 159 wheelbase, but it is not extended. It's just the standard 159 wheelbase. We bought this used. It had 7,000 miles on it, so it was barely used. Somebody had bought it and they put the max air fans and the windows in, and they were going to turn it into a camper. And from what the salesman told me, and I've bought a few cars from him, so I'm pretty sure it's accurate, the people bought it and had some health problems and had to go a different direction. So we bought this practically, although it's at this point it's 3 years old, it's practically brand new as far as the miles on it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed our van tour. Let's go back in and closing and talk to Nancy.
All right, that's it. I'm sure when it's 100% done, we will do this again, but we just wanted to kind of give everybody a sneak peek who follows us, and maybe some new people that will start following us because we're traveling in a Promaster. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, but yes, little dude is going to stay, and we haven't named this one yet, but I said the other day, maybe big dude. I don't know. We're still thinking on it. Thanks for watching. Bye now.